when the baby comes, you go from a place where obviously it was just you and your partner, everything was lit, everything's this, blah, blah, blah. Every bit of energy is into the baby now.
100%.
And then not only that, everyone that's like part of your family is calling for the baby. They're not calling for you. So it's like, they're not even going to ask you how you feel. They're just calling for the baby. And we completely understand that. And we completely get that. But as things go on, you start to realize that as you grow as a man, especially in these situations, you understand that your emotions don't really mean anything.
It's like, how many times how thin are you gonna spread yourself before you just go crazy?
I think that's something you learn real fast when you become a dad.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't even pick up my phone sometimes.
Do you know what? You see, when you become a dad, yeah, that's how, like, that's the quickest point in your life that you'll understand that you're very insignificant.
Yes.
Your clock is straight. And
Yes.
do you know what it is? It's like, I get it. I understand. But like, you're not even given a time to kind of like adjust to it. Like you got to adjust.
Yeah, it's instant.
Straight away.
It's instant, yeah.
Like, prime example, you lot have felt the chairs in the hospital rooms when your partner's giving birth, right?
Yeah.
You felt them chairs.
I was gonna say this.
Yeah, them chairs, the neck pain, the back pain, and they're
Do you know what I'll say though? When my son was being born, I was actually in the water. I had a water birth, so I was in the water.
Oh, see,
while he
you're
was
lucky.
being born.
My partner had C-sections, and it took a very long time. So they tried to obviously induce her first. It lasted around about 3 days. So for like 3 days, each time we had the kids, we were in hospital. And like, again, I'm 6'2". Me trying to sit in that hospital chair.
You're not 6'2". I'm 6'2".
I'm 6'2".
You're 6'1", bro.
You're saying stuff.
You're 6'1", bro.
You're
6'1". Let's be honest.
You're saying stuff. We're definitely the same height. What was I saying? So yeah, in the hospital room, like even when you're like, let's say for example, your partner's like just having a downtime, like the contractions aren't that mad or whatever.
Right,
You're both just extremely tired and you just want to keep up a nap. I remember trying to go into the bed and just cuddle wifey, let's try and take a nap. Let's come in. No.
Off.
I'm like, B, I've been here for like 3 days, B. Like,
it's not you having the baby, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
it's like you having the baby, brother.
It's like from then you start to understand it, and then when the baby comes, you go from a place where obviously it was just you and your partner, everything was lit, everything's this, blah, blah, blah. Every bit of energy is into the baby now.
100%.
And then not only that, everyone that's like part of your family is calling for the baby. They're not calling for you. So it's like, they're not even going to ask you how you feel. They're just calling for the baby. And we completely understand that. And we completely get that. But as things go on, you start to realize that as you grow as a man, especially in these situations, you understand that your emotions don't really mean anything.
What do you mean?
So like, if you're tired, it doesn't mean anything. If you're angry about something, it doesn't mean anything. If you're feeling neglected, it doesn't mean anything. Not necessarily it doesn't mean anything. It's just, it's no longer high on the totem pole. So no one really needs to pay attention to it. And I feel like that little pocket right there is where people's relationship starts breaking down, because both parties start forgetting that, okay, the baby's here, but there has to be like a reciprocation in the relationship for both of you still there.
Yeah.
And as I said, because after the baby's born and everything like that, that starts to deplete for men. I feel like there's no period, and again, I'm perfectly fine with that. I completely understand it. It makes sense.
Well, did you get it straight away though?
Huh?
Did you get it? Did you get that straight away?
Straight away.
Okay.
But again, I completely understand it. So I'm not upset about it. It's just, you're not allowed to you're just not allowed to be down about it. You're not allowed to have any say about it. You're not allowed to, because it's immediately.
It's interesting you say that, because when my son was growing up, I inserted myself. Like you say, like I know that I actually inserted myself. So like I said, like I was in the water when he was born. I was like, I'm going in there. Like I was like,
was he attached to you off rip, or was
off? I tell you why though? It's so funny because they said that you're supposed to when the baby's born, they're supposed to go skin to skin with the mum. And I took him and he went skin to skin with me. I was just like, you know what? I'm inserting myself because I was like, look, I'm gonna get him, and because it was like my first and only child, and yeah, I was like, I inserted myself. So I've been like linked to him. Like we've had a crazy bond like since forever.
So was the baby? So like prime example, when the baby was first growing up, was you doing waking nights and stuff like that?
No, obviously, because I never had breasts, so.
No, but was she just breastfeeding?
Yeah, she was
No bottle?
breastfeeding. No, it was breast.
Okay.
For a certain amount of time, and then they went to the bottle. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
So
I
in
got
that period, the baby weren't like waking up and crying for you or anything like that.
Nah, not for me. I mean, there was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you talk about it, like, I would say the first 9 months of being a dad, I was a zombie because of the no sleep and going to work, and because that's what's on you as a man, isn't it? As a father, it's like if you are there. If you are one of those fathers that are in the child's life, you know your responsibility now. Your responsibility is you got to go to work. Like, so even if the baby does wake up and it does wake you up, yes, the mother's obviously attending to the baby, but you know you got to go work at whatever time in the morning and go and slug for the rest of the day and then come home and it's like, all right, I've just done that. Now I got to do this. So yeah, it can be double.
See, and again, I'm perfectly fine with that. I love the experience. I love the start part of it in general. But do you feel like in that situation you was able to have any outlets about it?
No, there was no outlet. I'm not gonna lie, there was no outlet. I just had to get on with what I had to get on with.
And
Yeah, I actually struggled in that phase.
Really?
I actually struggled. Yeah. That's why I was asking you, did you get it the first time with your first child? Because for me, I struggled a lot.
In what way?
It's just like going to work, having to deal with everything at work, come back, and then we're still sharing all the roles. So there'll be times where, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in a week, it's just back to back, and you've got the nights as well.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that strained the relationship a lot. Yeah, between me and mine.
And in that situation, was you like? Did you feel that you were able to again?
Yeah, your feelings are not there. Like
that's what I'm saying.
You put it right there in terms of the hospitals.
Yeah.
Like, you got the birth, and then you got the hospital visits after. I always felt like I'm always fighting or coming with a certificate. Like, yo, I'm also, got guardianship.
yeah.
Like,
I'm a real parent,
You want to be shown some, like, again, I don't mind how everything went. I have no problem with it. I don't mind brunting it. But like, I just wanted to feel like I was a bit more like just a part of the situation. Do you get it? Like, come in and ask me if I'm okay too. No, I'm joking.
What about me?
I didn't care about that in general. But like even when like let's say for example, I don't know any health complications that are happening. They're just speaking to the mum.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like you see what I'm saying? It's it's small things like that. And as you lot said, like the first 9 months is absolute hell.
Yeah, the first
And
9
like,
months was crazy.
Obviously, you do your best. Or well, I would hope everyone would do their best to try and make sure that their partner's mental health is the best, making sure that the baby's in the best possible position. But I don't think there's a lot that's really looked into how Mandem's mind kind of goes downhill from that situation.
What do you mean? Like, what do you feel like that happened to you?
No. So what I mean is, let's say, for example, you're just going through a tough period for time.
Right.
And you're just a human being and you have no outlet. Whether you understand why you're going through the period or not, eventually it's gonna weigh a lot on you. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's small things like this that happen throughout our lives. So again, it's not just pregnancy situation. It could be, I don't know, just something else. I don't know. It could be like a bereavement, something that's happened. And it's like, how weak are you allowed to be in these situations? How open can you be? How much can you speak about how you're feeling in a situation without feeling like it's going to be a detriment to the people that are around you that you need to be stoic for? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the part I'm trying to get at. It's more of we're held to such a standard where we need to be stoic about everything. And then it leads back into the us having to, like, anything that we do now is sassy, and we're not allowed to feel, and we're not allowed to do this, and we're not allowed to do that. And it just comes to a point where it's like, okay, well, we're basically just supposed to be robots.
Yes, men are supposed to be robots.
Provided,
I mean, we're just supposed to be robots, and then
if you're not a robot, you're sassy.
Exactly. And it's like, well, where do we go from here? What is after this? So we went from what we was before, which everyone hated apparently.
Yeah.
So everyone hated how men were before. Everyone
the
hated
misogynistic.
the
patriarchy.
Exactly. So everyone hated how men were before. Everyone hates how men are right now.
So what's the balance?
Exactly. We're attempting to become more like.
We're attempting to find a balance.
Yeah, we're attempting to find a balance. But it's like now we're sassy. So it's like where. Like
I think they're just switching the table around, right? They just want us to be baby providers, right?
Well, that's why I said stop listening to women. Like, I believe that any men that listen to women en masse are gonna just end up mad, because women don't know what they want from day to day. from week to week, from month to month. It changes.
Can't even get them to decide on dinner.
Bro, they can't even go to a menu at a restaurant and decide what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're a man and you're constantly listening to women, right? Like you're gonna feed into their world and get confused about a lot of the stuff. And like you're saying about that stoic like thing that men need to have, you need to have that. And you need to have circles, even just like this, where you can go and talk to men and say, boy, this is how I'm feeling, this is how I'm thinking.